Hey Mark, this is James. I want to show you some of the work I've worked up on the Bluebird of Happiness decal you sent. The nose cone came out pretty well. I've got a port here that also worked well. I really liked how that came out for a camera bay. And stretches down. I've done the whole body tube, and I was going to do the fins next, but I ran into a couple problems. The main one being these decals just weren't quite wide enough, and I couldn't get them. I wasn't good enough on my first try to get them stretched enough. See, we've got that good 1/4 inch of overlap here, but this thing's really tight, and in some places where the overlap wasn't as much, it started to pull back. And I've tried to correct it again, and it's started to tear. It's gotten so thin. So I think we're going to have to redo this. And if you could make the main airframe just like a 1/2 inch wider, that'll allow me to get this, to know that it's set up. Because what I had to do is I had to kind of bunch it up and pull it tight over here, so I could cut off this extra. And it worked out better on the second one I did. But as I say, it's a learning process for me, and that's where I'll chalk it up to. So if we could expand the tube size here just by like a 1/4 inch on the main airframe. And over here on the nose cone, here's the pattern that should extend there. But you see how far off it is. This the nose cone wasn't stretched at all, and the body tube was a little bit, but these things were off even from the start. So if we could try to scale these two so that they match up, that would be really helpful. Otherwise, things were pretty good. Yeah, things were pretty good. I did I think a decent job on the nose cone. There were some wrinkles, but my next try will do better on that. Sorry, my son had something. What was it, Zachary?
There was a bit of blend. You mentioned it earlier here.
Yeah, I think this is something that we can only really fix by a different design, right? There's just places where, like here, where there was darkness right under here, but as you overlap that's naturally not going to blend well. So that's just how it is. And, I learned some, and I'm happy to work with that. So that's something not for the vinyl work, but for the design itself. Anyway, I really love the way this can look, and I'm looking forward to it. But I appreciate your time on this, and I want to give it another go to get this really looking good, because I'm concerned that with the seam back here. And one alternative I thought of, I think it's close enough. I'm fine with the way it looks. If we had like clear vinyl we could put over that to make sure that seam stayed down in flight, that may be another way. So I'm open to your suggestions there. All right, thanks a lot, Mark. We'll be in touch.